Bloomberg, they recently reported that it did 1 million simulations on the U.S. debt outlook, and 88% of them show our current borrowing is on that unsustainable path. That word unsustainable, that also concerns you very much, Barb?
It sure does. And these findings that were reported on Bloomberg, it's just conducting 1 million simulations and discovering that 88% of them project our current borrowing as unsustainable. That's a stark wake-up call for everyone. And it really underscores the urgent need for responsible, that's an underlined word there, responsible fiscal management and long-term planning. And it's time really for policymakers, businesses, and even individuals to recognize the gravity of the situation and work towards some type of sustainable solutions. And our nation's future depends on it.
So here's where we are right now. Our nation's debt is over $34 trillion. And I'm sure as we're hearing this, it's gone up even higher from there. No signs of it slowing down. Current economic forecasts indicate it will balloon to over $54 trillion in the next decade. So, Barb, are people out there taking note? Are they calling you? Barb, I think with the federal spending and the deficits we're seeing, we'd like to meet with you and talk about what we have in our accounts.
I've had a few over the last just couple of weeks where it's like we're concerned, and how is that going to affect our investments and things like that? And it's rightfully so. I mean, it's something that needs to be discussed. And as a financial advisor whose focus is on retirement planning, I see firsthand the importance of really addressing these challenges proactively. We rely on a healthy economy to generate revenue through taxes and other sources. However, when our debt burden outweighs the size of our economy, it puts a strain on our ability to service that debt, really potentially leading to higher interest rates, decreased investment, and even fiscal crisis. The higher national debt levels could potentially lead to higher taxes or reduced government services in the future, affecting their household budgets and their retirement plans. I encourage my clients to focus on what they can control, such as their personal financial planning. And I emphasize the importance of saving and investing wisely and diversifying their portfolios. And I try to empower them to take proactive steps to secure their financial future, regardless of the broader economic uncertainties.
As we talk about the financial state of our nation, let's also talk, Barb, about one of the most likely ways that individual taxpayers might be impacted. Higher taxes to help us dig out of this financial hole. Those are coming.
And you've touched on a real concern that many individuals have when considering the state of our country's finances and the possibility of higher taxes. It's a topic that really weighs heavily on folks' minds. I know it does on mine as well. And when discussing the potential for higher taxes, I try to provide a balanced perspective, but offer some practical insights. And we need to acknowledge that higher taxes are indeed a possibility as policymakers are grappling with addressing this national debt and funding essential government programs. And it's important to really be transparent about the potential impact on an individual's finances. And I try to discuss various tax planning strategies that individuals can consider to mitigate the impact of higher taxes. And that might include maximizing their contributions to their retirement accounts and strategically timing income and deductions and exploring tax efficient investment strategies. So overall, Ralph, while the idea of higher taxes may be daunting, it's really important for individuals to approach it with a sense of preparedness. And by taking proactive steps today, they can better navigate through potential tax changes that are on the horizon.
And Barb, how do you talk to people about getting ready for that likelihood of higher taxes in the future? We have our taxes rising January 1st of 2026, so we know we have to get ready for that. And what are you discussing with people about if something unexpected happens or what we know is in the future in 2026 with those big tax increases coming?
Well, I try to focus on practical steps, that they can take to mitigate the impact on their finances. And I start by reviewing their current tax situation and possibly identify areas where they may be vulnerable to potential tax increases. And that includes analyzing their sources of income and their overall tax liabilities. And I emphasize the importance of maximizing those contributions and to account for, tax benefits and tax deferred growth or tax free withdrawals. And there are lots of options out there, things that we can do if we know and understand and prepare. And for individuals with traditional retirement accounts, we look at maybe a Roth conversion, paying today the taxes that, we know what our tax rates are versus paying that later on when we might be not aware of what those taxes will be down the road. So really stressing the importance of staying informed and knowing that these tax changes are on the horizon and making some, deliberate changes and being focused on what we can do to reduce taxes today, but certainly taxes in the future.
Barb, Roth conversions, we also have mentioned those a lot. And as we get to this last year and a half before the tax law changes, what are some other opportunities out there to have the government not take so much of our retirement savings and put that in the tax bucket there?
Well, we're always looking for those ways, that's for sure. And really, it comes down to educating individuals on various tax saving strategies, and certainly strategies that are available to them. And I explained how, these strategies work and the potential tax benefits that they can offer. And we assess the individual's unique financial situation, including their income and their expenses and their investments, and certainly their goals. And by understanding their specific circumstances, then we look for tax saving strategies that are going to help maximize their benefits and minimize their tax liability.